My name is Jim Thomas, and welcome to the Fitness Management Update. Our topic today is secrets to growing your gym business. Now, number one, you have to create more prospects. You have to make sure you have a plan of action in place, really to take massive action to create more prospects. And one of the great ways you can do this is, establish yourself a street team, people that have that responsibility to go out into the marketplace to help drive traffic. Number two, you must convert more prospects to sales. And what this is going to mean is you need to have a proper process in place that properly guides that prospect into buying. Next, you want to get members to spend more money. And so there's a couple of ways you want to be able to do this. Is number one, at point of sale, when they're signing up, make sure you present what we call the second sale. Maybe it's personal training, maybe it's apparel, things of this nature. Number two, you want to make sure that everybody in your gym has revenue responsibility. Use your folks that are up at the front desk. Their job's to help promote, say, apparel items, gift certificates. And so you want your members, actively engaged. Now, you want your members to spend more often. And this means you need to promote. You need to make it aware. I know a lot of clubs, when it comes to the retail operation, even nutritional, it'll just sit there on the shelf, and then they'll talk about it when someone goes to it. Get your retail table out there. Promote this. Have closeouts on apparel. Move those items through your club every month. You want to get your members to stay longer. And of course, this is your retention issue. And what you want to look at here, it's two things. You want a new member nurturing program, and you want an existing member nurturing program. From that new member standpoint, we like to see that new member using your club 20 times for 60 days. So you want to get a plan in place that causes that to happen. You incentivize them, you motivate them, et cetera, to get them to use the club. Because what you're doing, whether it's a new member, whether it's an existing member, past those dates, you want to keep them interested. You want to keep their desire level high. So get your members to stay longer. One of the things that you can do is, treat this business like it's the entertainment business. If you use that as a bit of a philosophy, that's going to help. Next, you want to make sure you're pricing your memberships and all your services for maximum profit. Too many clubs, one of the big mistakes they make is they start driving that price down, thinking that's what's going to do the trick. And people buy solutions. People buy answers to their problems. And whenever that value exceeds price, people are going to buy. So this is going to, require some sales training in here and some good understanding of that process. But make sure you're pricing for maximum profit. And then finally, you want to have a system or a process in place for everything. Here's the system on how you run your front. Here's your system on how you do training. Here's your system on membership. Here's your system on sales. Here's your system on follow-up. And with this, it's easy to follow a system, okay? And if you fall into a slump, which you will, it's going to be easy to fix it. You simply understand it and you follow it. From a management perspective, it's much easier to manage that system than it is all the nuances of each individual salesperson. So here's, whether you've been there for 2 years or 2 days, you meet with me first thing in the morning, you meet with me in the middle of the day, you meet with me at close of business. It's a system. So make sure there's a system and a process for everything that you do. Secrets for growing your gym business. My name is Jim Thomas, and this has been the Fitness Management Update.